Hey, it's Blaze. It's my channel. Pretty much today, of course, as you probably see from the title thumbnail, I want to talk about The Last of Us TV show on HBO Max. I've got to say, even though you have minor changes here and there from the actual video game into the TV show, I really like it. Like I really do. Personally, me, the first one I like it, but not as much as the second one. As you know, The Last of Us 2. I know people have their thoughts about it. I think it's mostly because of the gameplay mechanics. I played the remastered version on PS4, and part of me feel because I never actually got to play it when it actually first came out. I really wasn't interested, and I didn't even know it existed back then. But I know that the part of the Last of Us Part One, like the not remake, but the whatchamacallit, the whatchamacallit, I guess remake. I don't know. It basically just updated the game with new mechanics that like Last of Us Part Two has, and everything. You know, better models, better character animations, better scenery. Basically, just a whole upscale of everything. And I haven't played it. I haven't even bought it. I do plan on doing that. I know I would. I want the vanilla experience of playing the original game, even if it's just a remastered version. That's fine. I got through some of it. I never actually completed like the whole game myself. I've seen someone else play it, not like on YouTube, but I mean like sit down with someone else. I've never actually like physically played the full game myself. I've only played like 25% of it myself. So about how that goes with the show, even minor changes here and there, awesome, terrific. The show is freaking awesome. Just now, I got done with episode 3. I went to YouTube, and I was like, man, maybe I should make a video on this. Like on my TV, it's actually like clicked on YouTube. I was about to just watch something else, but dude, episode 3 literally made me cry like 2 or 3 times. It was that good. Whoever directed these, I mean, I know you have Neil Druckmann, also helping with the writing, directing, and all that stuff. But who is actually ever is actually like everybody involved. Who's ever writing and directing, even the actors, everybody, visual effects, sound, costumes, makeup, even amazing job. Like especially episode. I know people already talked about episode 1 and 2. I don't want to talk about that. Episode 3 was really good. I can talk about that. I can talk about a lot of it, but I'm just gonna pretty much keep it short. But just episode 3 was on my mind. Um, dude, like the makeup, even like when they got older in the episode, I legitimately believe that they were like old people. It's like how they were moved, how they were positioned. It's like you can tell they're older, like people, but not like old. You know what I mean? But dude, acting, visual effects, makeup, all that astounding. Just oh my gosh, perfect in the story with them, dude. Like I literally freaking cried like 2 or 3 times. And I mean almost to cry where I wanted to sit up there and be like Peter Parker on Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire when Uncle Ben died, like that type of crying a little bit, right? But I'm telling you, it was awesome. Some good direction. That's I don't know, like you can see what someone can put into an hour's worth. Maybe what hour to 20 minutes worth of time. And movies nowadays can't even do that. And it's a whole TV show. You know, one episode. If you would have just been a regular person and never got introduced to these characters before, um, I mean, shoot. I mean, I still think you'd have been blown away just by the performance and the story alone. Because it's awesome. I mean, that was a really good episode. I haven't cried like that, or at least I haven't teared up like that since Basan died in Yu Yu Hakusho. When she died, it was cry city for me, at least personally. I cried, and especially when she came back and everything. That's why I like Yu Yu Hakusho. They turn it, especially from the beginning of the series, they turn it into like this whole man, I'm dead, and people don't appreciate me, but he realized that there are people who actually care about him, and then it turns into like action, and then it turns like right back into like a tearjerker. That's why I like Yu Yu Hakusho. They did it kind of effortlessly. Not going into like the whole thing with his dad and all that stuff. That's another story. But I mean, still, I really like this show. Good casting, good characters. One character I did not think I was gonna like as much just by her first me viewing her was Tess, because of people were like, well, she doesn't look the way she does in the game, and it's not really a problem. Neither does the character, the person, the actress who plays Ellie. Shoot, not even the actor who plays Joel. I mean, technically, he kind of looks like him, but not really. They just kind of had to maybe beef him up a little bit, do the hair and mustache and beard right and all that stuff, give him the right shirt. Yeah, he can look like Joel, right? But Tess especially. But even with as much time as we've gotten with her, I honestly appreciated Tess's character. They fleshed her out a bit more than the game did, from what I remember at least. I don't know. It was a really good episode. Even seeing her in like regular clothes, enjoying dinner. People always think of Tess as, yeah, she has a heart, but she's still like a rough kind of person, because her and Joel have done some bad stuff here and there. They're not perfect, right? But man, seeing her like actually being able to open up and enjoy something, that's, for some reason, it really hit me. I was like, wow. Because when she died in episode 2, it was kind of like seeing that again, and just to think about it, I was like, dang, that was 17 years ago. I was like, I had never thought about it. I was like, have her and Joel been around each other that long? Oh man, it's crazy. Crazy to think about. But I don't know. It's a really good show. I'm looking forward to looking for the rest of the season. People, I don't know if it's going to be like this or not. People are thinking season 2 is going to take up where The Last of Us Part 2 started. I think so, but I think what would be much more appreciated is if season 2 would give us Abby's perspective from the starting point of this story, which they did that in the early parts of the part 2 anyway, a little bit, and they went side by side with Ellie as well. But I don't want it to be like flashbacks. I want it to be full on story elements. Like, you give Ellie a season along with some characters, you give Abby a season along with some characters. Then season 3 is when you start to introduce the whole Joel died and this and all that. That, I think, would be a lot better, because I think people felt like that whole 2 main character things, they kind of predicted it with how the game was going, especially with the beginning of the game, Last of Us Part 2. Which, yeah, they were right, but still, I think it'd be a lot more appreciated to flesh out the character even more. And I don't know if it's gonna happen, but the actress who plays Ellie now, I don't know if at any point in the future she would be recast, because of the fact that, for one, she's playing a younger Ellie, and if I'm not, I don't know if I'm correct, but I think she's like 18, 19, 20 years old, so she's not gonna like grow in height out of nowhere. And I mean, even Ellie in Last of Us Part 2, she's not like, I mean, she's taller than she was in the first game, of course, but features, they're not like all that different. She pretty much looks basically the same, just a little bit taller, pretty much, right? But I would say, I don't think they're gonna recast her, but if they were going to, it would probably be just because of a height difference. That's the only thing I can think of, because she's pretty much right around the same age. Well, she's already legally, like an adult, but I mean, like, she would be, she's already right around the same age as Ellie would be in part 2, right? So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't think they would recast it. It would make sense if they did. But it was something I thought that I hope they don't do. But if they do, then okay, I can understand why. But I just don't want season 2 to be like, start off, all right, Joel just freaking dies, and we just jump into the video game. I want there to be more fleshed out parts, because apparently with this, like, episode 3, they can flesh out some stories and make it worthwhile. But that was pretty much it. Just want to talk about it. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, and I'm going to keep watching. I'm a big fan. Hope you guys have a blessed day. See you later.